Good morning, class. My name is Xander Gomez, and today I'll be presenting on the Chicano movement and its lasting impact on Mexican American identity. Imagine growing up in a country that's supposed to be your home, yet everywhere you turn, you're treated like you don't belong. That was the reality for thousands of Mexican Americans in the 1960s, until they decided to stand up and fight back. Understanding the Chicano movement matters because it shaped the opportunities, rights, and cultural pride that millions of Mexican Americans experience today. It is a major part of the U.S. civil rights history, yet it is often overlooked in the classroom and conversations. To learn more, I researched sources such as History.com and the document series Chicano, A History of Mexican American Civil Rights Movement. These help me understand not only the facts, but also the emotion and impact behind him. Today I'll explain three key main ideas: the struggles Mexican Americans faced in the 1960s, how activism grew through leaders like Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, and the lasting impact the movement had on Mexican American identity today. In the 1960s, Mexican Americans experienced discrimination in nearly every part of their daily life. According to History.com, many were placed in segregated, underfunded schools. Some students were even punished for speaking Spanish, sending the message their culture was not welcome. Economically, these challenges weren't just harsh. Many Mexican Americans, especially farm workers, worked long hours in unsafe conditions for extremely low wages. There were no protections or benefits. Politically, voting, discrimination, and gender marrying limited their representation, making it difficult for their voices to be heard. These barriers created the spark that led to the Chicano movement. Now we understand the injustice Mexican Americans were facing. Let's look at how their leaders and communities organized to demand change. The Chicano movement grew through powerful activism, led by Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. Chavez and Huerta co-founded the United Farm Workers, which led historic actions such as Delano grape strike and nationwide boycotts. According to Arte Publico Press, these efforts put national pressures on growers and helped secure better wages and safer working conditions for Mexican Americans. Students also played a major role. Across the Southwest, especially in East Los Angeles, thousands participated in walkouts demanding better education, fair treatment, and the inclusion of Mexican Americans in history books. The walkouts emphasized identity and empowerment, showing that Mexican American voices mattered. Excuse me. Grassroots organizations also worked to increase political representation, protect voting rights, and challenge discrimination in housing and employment. These efforts didn't just change policies, they reshaped cultural identity. The Chicano movement created both cultural and political change that still influences the US today. The documentary series Chicano explains that the movement sparked a cultural renaissance. Chicano art, pottery, murals, and literature became bold expressions of identity and pride. Universities began establishing Chicano study programs, helping Mexican Americans' history gain recognition. Politically, more Mexican Americans began engaging in leadership and public service. Many modern-day Latinos advocacy groups trace their origins to the strategies formed during the movement. Most importantly, the movement strengthened cultural pride and encouraged future generations to speak out against injustice. Its influence is still visible today in ongoing fights for immigration rights, better education, and worker protections. In conclusion, we've looked at the struggles of Mexican Americans have faced, the rise of activism, and the movement's long-lasting legacy. The Chicano movement was more than a moment in history. It was a transformation with leaders like Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta. It gave Mexican Americans a voice, challenged inequality, and reshaped civil rights in the United States. Today, it reminds us that history is often shaped by the ordinary people who choose to stand up and speak out. Thank you.